You know, where's that energy coming from?
From me, it's how I live. It's my lifestyle. And honestly, before this camp, Eugene told me the last camp was a good camp. He really enjoyed the work I put in. And he asked me, how are you going to make this one better? And he just planted that seed before the camp. And yeah, I felt like I exceeded those expectations. Wasn't never late once, never missed a session, was always on time. And I felt like I killed at this camp, so I can't wait to display skills.
You know, you saw Jared coming as a contender, it seems like earlier maybe than most people did. It seems like you saw him coming. So what was it that you saw in him that you identified early that I'm going to be facing this guy?
His spirit, if I'm being honest. His fighting spirit and his essence. And I recognize that because I'm an empath myself, so I can kind of feel the energy from a great man and a great fighter. But yeah, I like to take care of these guys. Like, you know me, I call out all the greats. And I saw that in him early on before all you guys did. And I tried to boost him up. He fell short once and then came back and, yeah, proved his worth as the next contender.
Talk to me about what the emotions are like compared to a normal fight week, you know, something of this magnitude.
The emotions aren't too different from normal fight week. I'm not really putting too much extra pressure on myself. Fighting is stressful enough, if you will. So, not that I'm taking it easy or anything. I work hard regardless. And I'm coming in there with the same self-belief, the same confidence, the same energy, BDE that I plan on using to get the win.
It feels like you've been on Israel's radar for a long time. I mean, did you kind of pay attention to that along the way? And did that maybe give you some confidence along the journey up there that this guy was already looking at you?
No. What other people do doesn't really, I don't allow it to affect me too much. It is intriguing to see, you know, the champ is, you know, picking and choosing his fights, and whatever he sees is intriguing him. So it's all good. It's pretty interesting because when I made my middleweight debut, and we all know the dogs pissing and things like that, but what we don't know is that backstage, me and him actually came face to face, and I introduced myself because I had been a fan of him already. We were fighting on the same card. I thought that was pretty cool. And so we came face to face, and I introduced myself to him and congratulated him on his fight because I got to watch his fight. And it was kind of interesting, you know what I'm saying, because he was respectful, you know what I'm saying, but I felt like he was kind of sizing me up at the same time. And he even said that, yeah, we'll see each other. And I'm like, oh, well, shit, if we do, I plan on having, let's have a good-ass fight. And he said, oh, yeah, he pretty much reaffirmed or, you know, reasserted that the fact that we will fight again. So it was pretty interesting that here we are now. We even took a picture with Mike, the post-fight ops guy, so we might be able to find that somewhere out there. So, you know, this thing has been brewing for quite a long time, way before the videos that we've seen out there and all that stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm happy to be in this position. I'm happy to have the challenge that Israel's going to bring. I expect it's going to bring a different level out of me. And I plan on bringing a different level, you know, anyway. So I'm excited, but I'm more prepared than excited.
I know you feel confident in yourself, of course, but does he pose a danger for you? I mean, when you look at the guy, is he a danger, a threat to you?
I don't feel so. I feel like he poses a danger the same way all my past opponents pose, you know, dangerous threats. But they keep talking about power. You ever heard that before when someone fights me? Oh, there's power this, power that. It's the same old song, you know? Fucking get it off repeat. Get me a new song. I'm just glad I have a new blood to fight in this fight. So, yeah, it's time to eat.
We know that Alex Pereira isn't on this card by accident. I'm just curious what you think about him being like. Is it exciting because it could set up the story for you guys, or do you feel like he's kind of maybe riding the coattails a little bit and doesn't deserve it just yet?
A little bit of both. Coattails, because, you know, I mean, the guy supposedly beat me in kickboxing, and he's still trying to chase me because I'm the one winning in life. And I like that story. Like you said, it's the story we're telling ourselves. The arc in this story is going to be beautiful if he gets past Sean Strickland. They said, you know, I said Jerry, you know, light heavyweight champ, 3 fights in the UFC, but an extensive record in MMA. This guy's only had like 4 or 5 fights, something crazy. So you know what they're doing, but I like this because I get to take him out early before he's gonna get good, but not right now.
Nice. Last thing for me, you seem to be kind of a master of like creating iconic moments. I guess what's your goal here? What's your goal here?
This is big, bro. This is like, for me, this feels like, you know, I don't know, Super Bowl, WrestleMania, like that type of big. So, yeah, I'm just gonna show off and show out. That's what I do.
That initial meeting, were you sizing him up too?
No. I was just giving my energy. You know what I'm saying? Giving him the energy that, reciprocating the energy. From watching his fights, I learn a lot. I get entertainment, so I was just reciprocating. You know how fans do. But I wasn't like fanning out or anything. But, you know, it is what it is.
I think a lot of people feel to beat Israel, it's got to be a dogfight, right? You can't necessarily try to go out technique him in there. Do you feel that way? Does this have to be a dogfight, you know, a dirty fight for you to get the win here?
It could be a clean fight if one could control that torrential ocean of techniques that he's throwing at you. You know, so that's a tall order right there. That's a hard task to do. But it's possible, you know, and I don't need to throw as much techniques as he's throwing to me to make it work. So I plan on using all the right skills, all the right techniques to make the fight so I can be the beneficiary of this exchange here, you know, so I can win. Yes, I will be employing techniques, but it won't be no tick for tack sort of thing. I'm not going technique for technique with this guy. Like I said before, I'm not trying to have a fight of the night with him. You know, I want to get a performance in the night. I want to go out there, handle my business, put my hands on him. If I could touch him once and put him asleep, that's perfect for me. You know, but a fight's a fight. He's going to resist naturally, and I'm prepared for that. Like I said, you know, I'm more prepared for this fight than excited for all the other stuff that goes along with it.
Israel over here, to your right. You mentioned.
Hey, Oscar.
Hi, man. How you doing? Obviously, you got in the co-main event Alex Volkanovski. I know that's something that you're very proud of and something that you've wanted for a while. Do you feel like this is overdue to book you on the same card, or because this is International Fight Week, it actually has culminated in the perfect way?
I feel like it's perfect. It's just synergy, destiny, whatever you want to call it. It's happening the way it's supposed to happen in this timeline. And yeah, what a way to cap it off. Me and Alex closing out the show in spectacular fashion. This, even at the house, man, the vibe is just unmatched. Literally, everyone that pulls up and just says like, man, you guys' energy is different. You look on my freestyle bender page or Alex Volkanovski's YouTube page, you see the content we're dropping, the challenges we're having. Our team is we're just cool. Like, we're a cool family, and I feel like the energy right now is just it can't be fucked with.
Yeah. You mentioned about putting on a show, which you obviously like to do. Do you think by the time we get to Sunday, this event will be remembered as one of the great international fight weeks like UFC 189 and something like that?
Facts. I feel so. I feel like this is one of those ones that are going to be memorable because I like to make things memorable. You know how I do. I put this on myself so that way I know, like I said, pressure makes diamonds. And when you put that pressure on me, when I put that pressure on myself, I will shine like a diamond.
Last thing for me, I know you want to put more on this fight than is there, but champion of the world, I mean, what would that mean for you to be victorious on Saturday night?
Another day in the office, man. I'm not like looking up at the idea of being this. I'm coming down and taking part in this. You know what I'm saying? I'm stepping up off of my throne to take part in this, to exchange with my people, you guys, everybody, with Israel, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm coming from. That's my perspective. I'm here to, well, anyway, that's it.
Jared back here to your left.
To my left.
Jared back here, sorry. Back here. How you doing, sir? Israel, obviously, confidence exudes off of him. He's a very confident guy, but he's even saying that this fight could look comparable to when Anderson Silva fought Forrest Griffin. So I'm curious your thoughts on that comment and just his confidence overall.
I don't really think about what other people say, so I don't have any thoughts on what he said or what he's saying. My thoughts are only on what he's going to attempt to do Saturday night and what I'm going to do Saturday night. So there's a lot of people saying a lot of different things, and like damn near all of them are counting me out. So why do I even pay attention to what people say that's on the negative side of me getting my win? That doesn't serve me, that doesn't help me, that doesn't bring me any sort of joy. So I'm not focusing on that. That doesn't hurt me. Those are just words floating out in the air. I'm not going to sit here and try to catch them like a guy with a butterfly net trying to catch, you know what I'm saying? No. They can sit out there and do their thing, and those words will eventually die.
Right, last thing for me, obviously you just received the USADA jacket. It clearly means a lot to you. I'm sure. What does it feel like to get that on stage today?
When you're great, they talk about titty gate. So at the same time, I'm like, how the fuck? They just need to find excuses to, take away my greatness. And I understand this is what people are supposed to do. So I let them. And then, look, I will give $3 million to anyone who could ever have concrete evidence that I even know what the fuck I'm doing with steroids or how to take steroids. I promise you, wallahi, $3 million if you can find anyone who has concrete evidence that I've ever even purchased, touched, or done any kind of performance-enhancing drugs or whatever. I watched, what's that, Icarus? Is it Icarus? That's how much I know about steroids from that documentary. It opened my eyes, it shocked me. So yeah, $3 million for anyone who can ever find any concrete evidence that I've been using performance-enhancing drugs. Pull up. This is easy. It's easy to talk and type online, but really, it got to me a little bit after the Costa fight, because I was like, these fucking cunts are just trying to take away my greatness, because I had a fucking spectacular performance. And I'm like, how the fuck you gonna try and take that away with accusations based on nothing? So I'm like, yeah, pull up. Show me what's up. $3 million. I know you don't have that in the bank. I do. What's up, Chris Reeves? I see you out there.
Since you called me out, I might as well ask you a question, eh?
Yeah, let's go.
What's different about Jared Cannonier? Why is this a different challenge for you?
It's new blood, and I feel like a vampire right now. I'm dark, and my people around me know, they just know how it is when it comes to this part of the camp, like the fight week and, the timeline that we're in right now. So, yeah, new blood. That's what I'm going to say. I like having new blood. The last two have just been, like the Vittoria one, I got bored. The Robert one, I was waiting a little bit, and I just didn't like that for my performance. So I like having new blood, and I like having to rise to the occasion. That's the difference between me and him. I'm used to the spotlight. I'm used to all this shit. He's not. He's new to it. I feel like he's man enough and mature enough to handle it, but not like me.
But, well, hold on, what was it? What was the rest of that question again?
Just you feeling like most people are picking against you. Do you feel like you are the most overlooked challenger he's faced at this point?
Again, I'm not concerning myself with how other people feel, what's about to happen Saturday night. I don't even want to comment on it. I'm not going to even contribute to that. So if anybody else has any questions about what somebody else said, you might want to, redo those questions right now. You got time. So I don't care what people say. I don't care what people do. As long as they ain't getting in my way of me doing my thing, we ain't got no problems.
Outside of the new blood, though, does he pose anything to you that you haven't seen before?
Nah, I don't think so. I'm being dead serious, honest. I don't feel so. I feel like, not that if I'm being silly and I get caught slipping, that's on me. If it's meant to be, it's all up to me. But there's nothing he does that I've never seen before. Not even in the grappling. I don't feel so.
Israel right here?
Yeah.
To the left. Sean Strickland and Alex Pereira obviously fighting. If Strickland wins that fight, would you welcome a fight with him, or is it just you would? Okay, I was
like
just curious
Strickland,
about that,
man.
because yeah,
he's like the little stepbrother I never wanted. It's a weird, respect. I respect the guy because he just speaks his mind. I speak my mind too, but he speaks his mind regardless of the repercussions. We're under the same paradigm, management team, and yeah, I'm sure sometimes they have headaches with some of the stuff he puts out. But I respect the fact that he speaks his truth, whether I like it or not. He's, freedom of speech in the right, in the great of USNA. Yeah, so I respect that. But yeah, he's like the little stepbrother I never wanted. And I saw him last night. He knows what's up. We looked at, we know. He and me knows, yeah.
Are you surprised he's a betting underdog against Pereira with how much more experience he has in MMA?
Underdog. I didn't even know that. But am I surprised? The odd makers do what the odd makers do. Same way I asked you guys who makes the pound for pound rankings and all that shit, all the other, no, I never got a straight answer. But also same thing, who makes these odds? What have they done? What do they know? what's their credentials, so they can put the odds at whatever they want. I think, honestly, if I'm being honest, he might get fucked up, Strickland, if he doesn't fight with his ego. He'll get fucked up.